What's going on, YouTube? Lasagna here, back with another episode of Road to 2000. This is episode 4, and we've yet to lose a game. We're on a nice streak here. Today's episode, we're starting at 15-16, and we'll see if we can keep things rolling. So let's dive into the 10-minute queue here. We get BTR from Iran. So we have the white pieces. We'll go E4. Just realized I don't have my headphones on. And okay, we get E4, E5. Bring the knight out, and okay, he mirrors me here. Let's bring the other knight out, and we get a 4 knights. Let's go D4. Take the pawn, and a lot of people take the knight here. I don't think it's accurate, but okay. So we get bishop C5, and okay, so I think the move is bishop E3. So, yeah, bishop e3 sets up a trap, because if I take, it hits the queen and hits the bishop. So that's kind of the idea of bishop to e3. And I don't really remember the moves. Okay, this is strange. He, comes to c5 and then to b4. Kind of begs the question, why didn't he just come here in the first place? But, okay, I think we take the knight here, because there's a bit of pressure on this pawn right now, so I think we get rid of this tension, and then worry about defending this pawn. So let's take, and thinking just bishop to d3 here, defending my center pawn. And I like the position. It feels like we're just up a tempo, because usually in the 4 knights, you don't have this bishop here, because black wasted time bringing the bishop out and then moving it another square. So we're definitely happy with this. We'll take here, and I think we'll just castle. And I'm very happy with the position. Everything's harmonious. All of our pieces developed towards the center of the board. So and we're forked. So that's hilarious. Okay, so yeah, usually I'm not used to having my bishop here. So, but I mean, how bad is this if we go like rook e1 takes and we have kind of free reign with a discovery? I don't really see a good discovery. I guess maybe we could come here to take the bishop back, and then he can't castle. That actually... Wait, what am I talking about? Here, he's going to take the bishop. So here takes, check. Even just bishop to e7, bishop back to e7 there, and we're just down a piece. Oh, Lord. So what do we do? Okay, we're going to go bishop g5, and we're going to give him the knight, and then we're going to go check. I don't think there's a way out of that fork there, so... Big blunder early in the game here. It's going to take a bit of a miracle to bring this one back, I think. I mean, yeah, I mean, we're going to get some sort of play here with rook e1, but I think he can just probably even bring the bishop back, and yeah, this is bad. All right, so queen f3. Maybe he blunders like takes, and he blunders the rook, but that's kind of just hope chess. Queen f3 takes. Takes. He takes with the pawn, though. And that just doesn't look good enough. If I go check... c6. Yeah, another problem is after takes, he hits my rook. Queen f3, takes, hitting the rook. Yeah, the problem is we're gonna get a bunch of trades here. I don't think I can just let him castle, though. I feel like queen f3 is our best shot, and I feel like we should just play fast because we're down in the position, so if we can keep him from castling for long enough, I feel like we might get some chances here. I'm wondering if, like, rook sack makes any sense. I don't really see it, though. Like, let's see. Takes, pawn takes, check. Nah, because he can just take it, even though there's a pin, because it obviously it's my queen there, so. And yeah, it's kind of hard to make the tactic even work because we just have to trade a bunch of pieces first, like takes. Yeah, he does take. Oh, but this hits both rooks. What am I doing? This is not what the doctor ordered here. Yeah, this is completely over, I think. Takes. He could probably even take and make another queen. Check. If king d7, we can take. Check. I think this is worth a shot. Hope we get a blunder here. Queen d7 is wrong. I mean, he might just have king f8 though. Yeah. And I mean, his king can't castle, but both of our rooks are hanging, so I don't think we've actually really accomplished much here. This bishop's not pinned anymore. How do we keep this going, though? Takes. He kind of has to take with the pawn. Can I sack? Takes, he takes here and makes another queen, and that's surely losing. Let's just go here, I guess. We don't have any time, so. And this is looking like the first L of the series, I will say. Okay, he does take back with the pawn. So I was kind of thinking like here, just hoping for something here, I don't know. Maybe we can get rook d1 if he's not accurate here or something. I don't know. We got nothing here. I'll just be honest. But we keep fighting, and maybe my opponent blunders. The problem is, like, I could even win his queen here or something. And, you know, he's just got way too much material, and he's going to get more. And so, like, this isn't even a threat because takes. Yeah, he does go there. So we gotta take back, unfortunately. And now he could just go like rook b8. And I have no material left. Yeah, so let's go. Let's just go here, hit the bishop, I guess. Maybe try to swing the queen over this way. Yeah, and that fork kind of messed me up because I'm not used to the bishop being on e3, so usually it's fine to take in the center and castle. But anyways, we'll look at it after the game. So yeah, I don't think there's much to play for. I could probably even resign here. Okay, it goes there. I don't really know what that does. But I don't think he really has to be... Oh, I guess it just protects the bishop. Okay, let's go maybe rook b1. I think we just want to play fast here. Maybe he goes like here or something to try to connect the rooks. I don't know. And like this doesn't even really do anything because this pawn's well defended. I mean, sure, there's a check, but his king should be fine in the center because I don't have any pieces left. Okay, goes there, just defending. All right, let's just I mean, at this point, I think we just keep moving. Maybe here. Maybe rook d1. Okay, we get king e7. It's a bit of a strange move. Let's just hit the queen, I guess. I don't know. Here. That looks annoying, that move. Okay, it's the pawn. Yeah, that move's annoying too. Let's just go here, I guess. I don't know. I mean, he could sack, and I think that's winning for him because he has a lot of extra material, but yeah, even trying to like trade the rooks looks tough for me. We'll play a couple more moves here. Maybe we could try to hit the pin piece here. I don't know. Yeah, that's tough. Guess we gotta defend. Now he can probably just bring the other rook, and I mean, maybe I grab a pawn, but I don't think my opponent can really fuck this up. Yeah. Here, he could probably take with the bishop. That looks losing. Yeah, I mean... We'll play like one more move here. And then call it there. We are kind of hitting two things at once, but I mean, I think he can just take. Or take with the rook. Yeah, taking with the rook is probably clean. Yeah. Here, and he has discoveries, so, I mean... Oh, and there's just this. I think it's about time to hit the button. We'll see if he finds king b1. Yeah, let's just call it quits on that one. Well played to my opponent. And let's take a look at the analysis. So that was a tough game. I played with a 76.4. My opponent played with a 90.9. So didn't get a lot of chances after that initial blunder, but let's see where we went wrong. So e4, e5, knight c3. And I usually play the Vienna. If they play knight f6, I go f4. But my opponent didn't do that. Whenever they play the knight out like this, I know a lot of Vienna players like to play like bishop c4, and then like, I don't know, maybe like knight e2 or something, but I just feel whenever they play this knight out, I find sometimes if you still try to get f4 in, they can play like bishop c5 and kind of cut through this diagonal. So actually I like to avoid all of that and just go knight f3 and just go back into like a 4 knights game, which is what we get. Takes, and my opponent goes bishop c5, which I think is a legitimate line. I know a little bit here. I know that you're supposed to go here, and the idea is that if black lazily castles, then you can take the knight, and he can't take back because you take his bishop. And yeah, if you don't take back, then we're hitting the queen, so it actually just loses a piece for black. So I think usually people go here just to make sure the bishop's protected, and now after takes, the bishop's defended here. So I think that's a little bit more challenging, but my opponent burns a tempo because he could have just played here right away. And we take the knight, and then we go bishop d3 just because he's kind of threatening to take and then take my pawn. He goes here, takes. And then here, I honestly just kind of got lazy here and castled. Yeah, I guess this actually isn't a blunder somehow. I can get out of the fork. But I'm not used to having my bishop on e3 here because, you know, black wasted this tempo. So now I have my bishop on e3 and there's this fork. But why is this not... Okay, how do we get out of the fork? There's check. And... Wait, but... Here, or... Okay, c6 obviously I take, and that's no good, but here? I'm so silly, I can take. I can take either way, and I'm just completely winning. Yeah, because if he takes here, this is check, and then we just recapture. Okay, wow. I don't know how I missed that during the game, but a little bit blind today. But instead we go here, and yeah, we just lose a piece, and then yeah, rook e1 I felt was a little bit wrong, just because it's kind of just he wants to take here anyways and hit my rook, but now it's going to be a double attack because his bishop will hit my rook and his pawn will hit this rook, which I kind of missed during the game as well. So just some tactical oversights in this game for sure. And I also kind of missed after king f8 that, like, I thought, oh, this is good, we're making his king move, but there's just too many threats in this position, and his king's actually kind of safe here. Like, it's not like his dark squared bishop covers this diagonal pretty nicely, so there's not really much here, and although he can't use this rook, he's got plenty of other pieces in play here, so yeah, and I think the rest of the game, I think my opponent played very well converting this, like, just focusing his efforts on this f2 pawn. I thought was really nice. Like, you see, yeah, king e7 is a really nice move, just connecting the rooks here and getting out of any checks on this diagonal. And yeah, I mean, he just didn't give me any chances here. Like, look at these moves, just nothing I can do here. And this is class as well, just removing the defender from the f2 pawn. So yeah, I really didn't have any chances here. King h1's forced, and queen b1 incoming here with checkmate. So I resigned the game. So good game to my opponent there. We're not going to win all of our games on the way to 2000, so it's just the way it is. Maybe we try to get one more in just to settle the score a little bit here. So let's queue up another game. All right, this time we get the black pieces against JJ Detweiler. So not TJ Detweiler, but JJ Detweiler. I like it. And the game says I've been disconnected, but I don't think that's the case. Okay, let's go c5 before we waste any more time. And this guy is from US Virgin Islands. That's pretty interesting. I don't know if I've ever got somebody from that country, but okay. So we get the open Sicilian here, probably. No, we get bishop c4, so we're going to go e6, cutting off this diagonal nice and early. We're going to go d5 here, just hit the bishop. Obviously, if he takes, we take. And if he takes, we take here, attacking the bishop. Check. How do we want to block? I guess we could block like this or like this. Not sure which one's better. Let's just block on e6, I guess, with the bishop. I don't know if this bishop wants to come here or here, so... Okay, pins my knight. Now we could could just play knight f6, though. I think we'll do that. And maybe he comes and pins me, but I'm not too scared of this pin. Like, it's not like his knight can come in to put more pressure on my knight, so I think we're good to just continue developing. Maybe bishop e7, bishop e6. Let's just go here. Feels like a more active square. Maybe he'll choose to take at this point. Okay, knight e5. So he's attacking my knight here. I think I can just go, maybe even check. Check. There's no b4. If c3, no, the bishop's defended. So maybe queen b6. Queen b6 doesn't actually attack the bishop, though. Queen c7. I mean, all these queen moves look fine. So let's just go here, see what happens. And it might look scary with all the pressure on this piece, but if I think I have a lot of experience in these kind of structures. And usually everything's just fine here. But I don't really like what's going on to my kingside pawn structure here. Okay, so I mean, we should just take back. Yeah, this is ugly, but I mean, we have the bishop pair at the very least, but I'm not sure I love what's going on with my pawns. But we should be fine here. I'm not sure. The only uncomfortable thing is that I'm not sure where my king belongs. Like, do I really want to go king side and deal with the b file, or castle king side and deal with the g file? So yeah, I'm not sure what I'll do next. Maybe I'll just leave my king in the center for a couple more moves and kind of figure it out from there to see what white does, or black, sorry, or white. Okay, bishop back to d3. So that looks like a free pawn. And, you know, we're going to have another set of double pawns, but at least this one will prevent the development from here. But maybe I should be worried about bishop f5. I mean, I don't think that pin's super scary, though, because I have a pawn defending the bishop. So let's take the free pawn. At least now our advantage will be a little bit more tangible in that we're actually up a pawn in this position. So if we get this, like, it looks a little scary, but I don't think there's actually anything necessarily concrete there. Like I said, we have this is nicely protected. We could maybe even castle queenside here. Although there, my king will be on the same line here. Could also kingside castle. Like, I don't see any big threats. I mean, queen g4 looks kind of bad because then maybe he can come after me here, but so maybe queenside is better. He also has this check, king b8, and I don't actually think there's anything there. So yeah, I think this is, it looks a little loose, I will admit, but I think we're actually kind of fine here. Just up a clean center pawn here. I don't know if you call it clean because it's doubled here. And we got some issues here as well. Yeah, so if I take, it does help him develop. But if I don't take, I'm kind of losing my center pawn unless I want to defend it somehow. Could also just bring a rook to the center and... Wait, hold on. This bishop is just free. That's funny. I'm like considering all these high level ideas. Okay, but now we can secure our extra pawn, and this knight's not gonna have its square. So here he'll probably go like queen f3. Then we could even come like here, and the queen has to move again. We get the g file. This looks looking like it's Jover for my guy. Yeah, just bishop e4, rook g8, and there's going to be issues here. Okay, goes here, attacking the pawn, but it's not attacked because of this. So maybe just rook g8. Wait, there's also a free pawn right here. So is it greedy to be taking pawns here? I mean, I don't really think so. Like, I can just bring the bishop back on the next turn, so I think this is fine, honestly. And we have been a little bit of pawn gobblers this game, but I think it's gonna work out just fine. Like without his knight in the game and the rooks, like all he's got is the queen. So I'm wonder if I can start with rook g8 here, because he might try to trap my bishop, but I just feel like that might be just too much. Like I feel like that's probably just checkmate, or like very close. Like here, takes, rook takes, hitting the queen. And then we have like bishop e4 with this. We can bring the other rook, and yeah, that looks completely over for us. So I think we can actually just start with rook g8. And we're actually kind of hoping for g3, I think, because he might get excited, think he's winning the piece back, but I'm pretty sure he will probably be getting checkmated there. So, and we take and take. Oh wait, my bishop's hanging here. Okay, so we go check first though, and this is probably still fine. Maybe he has this though. Rook h6 or rook g6. Maybe trying to come here. Okay, this was a little sloppy. I thought I was getting this pawn. I kind of forgot my bishop was still hanging, but I mean, we're still up a bunch of pawns here, and our bishop's a monster. Just wondering about rook g6. I mean, that doesn't even threaten this, though, because the queen covers it. So maybe rook g5 is a bit more accurate. Takes, check. King g1. Rook h1 check. Here. I think I'm just going to play it a bit more simple and just stack the rocks. Yeah, let's just go here, stack the rocks. Now we got lots of pressure here. I'm guessing we're... Okay, takes. Yeah, that's probably a good move. Let's take. He can't really get away with taking, I don't think. Yep, he goes there. Maybe f5. I like our pawns in the center as well. Let's go here, just keep this pawn defended, maybe get my queen like more in the game. Now let's go here, just bring the queen in. Is there any problems here? Check here. Here, I don't know. I think I'm still fine. I mean, we can always trade queens if we really need to. Takes, 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 takes. Yeah. Check, maybe. I think we can trade queens if we really need to. But, yeah. We probably overcomplicated this with sacking the bishop. But still should be winning. I'm a little worried about my time situation, however. Okay, but now we go check, 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 and the pawns should rule the day here. Check, he can block, so let's go here maybe, just that looks dangerous, and we can connect the pawns like this. My king's very safe here. Do we go up? Going up kind of feels right, just keeping an eye on this pawn. And yeah, I think just this is the game plan, just run the pawns down the board. 2 minutes should be enough time here. Because his rooks aren't really doing a whole lot. Maybe you can... come here, but like it just feels like keeping an eye, like no, because then we just promote immediately. So he's kind of, his rooks are kind of like stuck on the back rank, and we should be fine here. Let's just push. And then I think we have like check, push, takes, promote. And if he takes either queen, we recapture. So I think this works. Like we push, and then he takes here, and then we promote with check now, and takes, and we should be like our rook for a queen. So we should be able to win that. And look at these pawns. Monster pawns, just flying up the board. I love these positions, just like sending the pawns down the board, especially the center pawns. It just kind of, I don't know, feels good. So we'll make another queen. We'll take here, win the other rook, and resigns the game. So GG to JJ Detweiler, and let's have a look at the analysis. All right, so this today was pretty much net zero, and we got a Sicilian this time. And if you guys play the Sicilian, you'll know that bishop c4 is very common. I think people just want to get the like Italian game, or like they're used to tactics against f7, so it's pretty common at the like beginner intermediate level. And so we get d4, which is I like. This is probably the way to play it if you're going to play it as white, I find. But we still like are fast with hitting the bishop in the center, so I still don't think it's very good. We played bishop e6 here, knight f6. He pins me, and like white's playing very aggressive here. He's moving lots of pieces into my territory, but you'll see black is just -1 here because he's neglecting the development of his pieces, and he can't just win the game by without some of these other pieces and castling. So yeah, and I was a little bit concerned about what was happening to my pawn structure, but as you saw in the game, like we made good, solid developing moves, so like we can't be that much behind here. And yeah, this is just. Yeah, after I take, his knight's under attack, and so he's got a... Oh. Sorry about that. Yeah, so his knight's under attack. He's got to deal with this. And now we have tempo on the bishop and his pawns hanging. So now we're just up a center pawn here. And we long castled, and he kind of just forgot that this gets my king out of the pin here. So this just hangs a bishop, which took me a while to see, which is kind of funny. But yeah, now it's just over because we have, not only are we up a piece, but like we have a lot of play here, just towards the king and down the center with the bishop pair and the rooks. So white's trouble isn't over here. So we go d3, just solidifying our extra pawn. Now the knight can't really get out quickly. And we anchor. Okay, first we take on h2 with check, and then we play rook g8. Okay, wow. Engine actually thinks rook h8 is the best move. So I was right here. It did feel a little off because I thought I was actually winning both of these pawns, but I was only winning one of them. Oh, wow. Rook takes g3 is mate in 12, apparently. Wait, this just... I'm so silly. I thought that this hits the rook, but this hits the queen. So, like, yeah, if he takes... oops. If he takes the bishop, then I take here, and now lots of problems. So, yeah, that was... I was worried about my bishop hanging when he would have had a queen hanging. So that was misstep by myself. But even with this, checking first, we're still completely in control. So yeah, ended up working out. But so he's trying to get his pieces developed. We double the rooks. I initially was calculating what would happen. Or no, it was on this move. I was calculating this. And here, and I was looking at check, here, check, here. And I didn't really see what was happening here. Like, it looks like things are kind of starting to slip out of my grasp if he can, like, you know, run his king out of danger. So I didn't really feel the need to do this with low time on the clock. Engine says rook to h2 check, king e1. Aha. Oh, this just wins the queen. Yeah, I didn't see this from afar, but yeah, check here, check. And yeah, just with the fork here, defended by the pawn. So that probably would have been a clean way to win. But instead, from here, I didn't see all that, so I just went more simple plan of doubling the rooks, getting the last piece involved. And he takes. And can he actually take this pawn? No, because, yeah, no. His queen's defending that pawn, so yeah, can't take. I go here, a4 here, and it, like, I don't know if I agree with what White was doing here. I don't think him getting the pawn down actually did much. And so we were able to go check, takes, and, you know, a lot of people say you don't really want to trade the queen for 2 rooks, but in this case, with the pawns flying down the board and lots of checks with the weak king, I just thought that this was going to be a pretty easy conversion. So he throws in this check, and I decided to keep my king active because these rooks can't really get off the back rank, as I was saying in the game, because of the promotion. So we connect the pawns, and then, yeah, this is just over because he can't take here because of what happened in the game. And if he tries to stay on the back rank, well, now I just promote anyways, and takes, making 2 queens, and that's GG. So he took and then resigned the game because going to take the rook with check on the next move, and that should be an easy conversion. So net 0 on today. Thought was definitely missing some tactics, especially in the first game, but even in this game, wasn't my sharpest day at the office. But nevertheless, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, hopefully next video we win more than we lose. Let's put it that way. Have a great evening, day, morning, whatever time it is where you are, and we'll see you next time.